In this video, we are going to discuss about program constructs. Let's look at what is variable. Variable is actually a basic unit of any programming language. And of course, it stores or holds some value and it changes its value at the time of executing the program. Usually, the variables are declared something like int number of watts equal to 100. This is a simple example for variable declaration. For this variable declaration, we use something called data type called int, and some name or identifier and some literals. Let's look at what are all the data types Java is actually supporting and what are the rules which we need to follow, naming conventions which we need to adopt for as far as concern with the identifiers and little bit of literals. There are four classifications as far as concern with the data types: integers, floating point types, booleans, characters. Integers actually handle the rounded numbers. Of course, we have four different data types in which we handle these rounded numbers: byte, short, int, long. Coming to the decimal numbers, we do handle them with the help of floating point types. We have two data types here, one is float, another one is double. To handle true false or some sort of yes or no kind of thing, we use these booleans. Okay, only one data type we have, that is boolean. To handle the characters, we have a data type called char. Let's look at what is the size of a particular data type is occupying and what is its range. If you see the byte, right, byte occupy 1 byte by default. 1 byte equal to 8 bits. So when you calculate the range, 2 power 8 is somewhere around 256. When you consider the negative number or a signed number, the range comes somewhere around minus 128 to plus 127. Like that, if you see the rest of the data types, short occupy 2 bytes and the range is minus 32,768 to plus 32,767. Int occupy 4 bytes here, long occupy 8 bytes here, float occupy 4 bytes, double occupy 8 bytes, char occupy 2 bytes. In C language, usually character data type occupy only 1 byte, but in Java language it occupy 2 bytes because in C language there are only 256 characters which are used, whereas in Java language it support Latin language, different languages or different symbols, I would say. That time the 256 the 256 codes are not sufficient. That's why Java consume 2 bytes of storage for handling the characters. And finally, boolean. Boolean actually it contain either true or false value. That's it. There is no range all. Okay, and there is no specific size for this. And coming to the identifiers, identifiers are names assigned to variables, constraints, methods, classes, packages, and interfaces. And of course, there is no limit specified for the length of the variable. And in C language, we have a restriction over the variable length, but here we don't have that. And coming to the rules of naming or rules for naming variables, no special symbol other than underscore and dollar is used. You can start with any any character, but you should not start with a number, and there should not be any white space. And of course, these identifiers are case sensitive. Capital A is different from lowercase a, and you should not use any reserved keywords. In Java, no, there are some keywords which we are not supposed to use at the time of defining the identifier. And coming to these naming conventions, when you write the class name, right, we use identifier na? That time when you write the class name, you are supposed to use upper camel case. By the name itself you can understand every starting letter of the word should be capital. And for variables and methods we have to use lower camel case. Lower camel case means the first letter of the string or the identifier must be lowercase and every word starts with an uppercase. When you define the constants, we use completely uppercase characters, and for packages we use completely lowercase. Coming to the literals, so literal is actually a value which gives you special meaning for that particular value. Okay, if you see integer literals, when I say int a equal to 10, okay, this 10 is actually a decimal number. Even the Java compiler treat that the whatever value you are assigning to that variable is actually a decimal number. Suppose I want to assign a octal number for a byte variable like b. That time you have to put a prefix called 0 and you have to specify the symbol. You have to use the octal symbols. The octal symbols are 0 to 7, you can use any. Suppose if you say byte b equal to 099, it's an invalid number because there is no symbol with the value called 9. If you want to use hexadecimal, yes you can with the help of 0x prefix. And you can write any value from 0 to 9 and a to f. So these are all the integer literals. And when you declare any long data type, you can use L at the end of the value. Coming to the string literals, we have seen several string literals. One of the string literal is null. Earlier programming languages we have seen what is null, what is the purpose of it and all, but we don't know what does it mean. Null is actually a string literal used to say there is nothing in that particular variable. Okay. Coming to the floating literals, we have something called fd. Okay. If you put f at the end of the value, it could be a capital F or lowercase f. Means that this value is going to occupy 4 bytes of storage. And of course you can put this value in a suitable data type or suitable variable. Variable is like a box where that box can fill with this 4 bytes of storage. By default, if you don't specify any literal at the end of the value, the floating number or the decimal point number acts as a double data type. If you want to specify it's a double number, you can with the help of either capital D or with the lowercase d. Finally, character literals. We have seen several character literals like /n, /u, /b, /f, /or, /t. So for these escape sequence, if you observe the escape sequence, special escape sequence, it has its own meaning actually. When you want to go backslash, double quotes, single quote, backspace, form feed, new line, cartridge return, horizontal tab, for all these we have character literals. And of course, non-printable characters are there. These escape sequence can use, and of course these also comes under character literals. And these are all the keywords which are used in a Java language. Abstract, asset, boolean, break, byte, switch, return, new, native, long, private, public, throw, while, all these are all the keywords. Coming to the operators, we all know this, assignment operator, arithmetic operator, relational operators, boolean, logical operators. So assignment operators, the purpose of assignment operator is to assign the value to a particular variable. If I say a equal to 2, 2 will be assigned to a. Arithmetic operators, we all know: addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, modulo. Relational operators are to compare any two values. Double equal, compare whether those two values are equal or not. Greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, not equal to. These are all the relational operators which we have to compare whether they are equal, not equal, greater, less, greater than or equal, less than or equal, all this.